Back into position.
Sing us a song, Cookie.
Wouldn't mind singing a song, actually. They'll lift the guitar at home, which is probably a good thing for all the Guest FM listeners. Both of them appreciate that. The umpire holds the ball up for the start of the final quarter.
And he throws the ball. Ben Hallett, well and all. Murray Hetherington gets the first touch of the leather in the final quarter of the reserve grade Division 2 grand final. Umpire there, Kenny Walker, said you've got Mirko Sneller, the skipper for the Lions, too high, and he spirals the big torpedo down the corridor.
He went right down to centre half forward. There's a mark being paid out of this lot. It's okay. It's Risley, and he takes the mark at centre half forward. Plays on with the hand pass. Got it across there to Cheetahs. Cheetahs back to Risley. Foolish play. They're just to get out of it. Thomson. Little kick comes back towards the centre of the turf. Who wants it slapped backwards? At standing, he's ground nicely there. Looks like big Harry Butler. It is too. Harry goes out wide and the kick's okay. And he finds out there taking the mark.
Yeah, Warren Hinchcliffe has been moved up the ground. He's drop punt, pass a beauty and hits the boxer right on the chest. And Paul Cheetah's just letting his opponent know that I've got it, fella, and I'm only about 45 metres from goal, and I'm going to make a real good show of this one, he said.
That's why I called for your decision there, Ronnie. I thought it was Hinchcliffe, but I thought I must be looking at the wrong bloke. He's a full back, surely, the guy. And there he was at half forward kicking in, but his kick was pretty good for a backman, and Cheetahs doesn't mind kicking a goal. The boxer, he goes long, doesn't make the distance on this occasion. But a man in front of the back of Risley, is it? He's got it again, Risley. Second possession in the final quarter, and if he kicks this, Ronnie, how hard there for the Thomson Tigers to get back into it?
Yeah, makes it very difficult. And Smithy down here from the Thomson camp saying that, yes, it's going to be a very hard task to get back from here. Now, Risley comes in, the good 29 Guernsey. Steve Risley pops it through, kicks his first for the afternoon, and the 7th goal for the East Belmont Lions. And the Lions are starting to roll, Cookie.
Yeah, they are, and I think I'm going to tip them now, Ronnie. I tipped them first, then I tipped Thomson, then I went back to East Belmont. I'm going to stick with them now.
And you wouldn't believe it, Cole Risley's being taken from the ground after that sensational performance. No, he's just been spoken to Cliffy Niblett.
He did what did he give him a mouthful? He said, get back out there and you'll know what you're doing next time. I don't know what he did that time. He didn't do badly. He got his blood, took the... that was for the hand pass where he played on from centre half forward, Romney. He should have kicked the ball and put Cheetahs under pressure.
Okay, umpire Ben Hallett to commence play again in this final quarter. 16 points the margin. East Belmont in front of Thomson here in the Division 2 Second Division Grand Final. You're listening to 94.9 FM. Guest video is Country Footy.
Pack develops in the middle of the ground. Umpire Walker to come in and bounce the ball. Brian Gardner the last to get off the pack. Gets a tap from Simon Coates there. Umpire Walker now still in the middle of the ground at North Geelong. Bounce over the back, McFarlane. Comes out towards half forward. Off the ground by Thomson. Close to the boundary line. It's going to beat all players over the boundary before Bell can get there. And also Jason Kerr. 17 points the difference. Umpire now to throw the ball back in at half forward. Does so now. It's up. Over the back, McFarlane again gets a punch to it. But it's going to be all East Belmont. Newton now, that's Glenn. Left foot kick around towards half forward. But taking a good mark close to the boundary line is McDonald. Sits and waits. Buchanan on the mark. Goes back towards the wing. Has to sit and wait under it. That was Michael O'Toole. Off the ground by Cheetahs. Back to whence it came. It's at half back. Gardner. Short little kick. And it's a good one. He finds Rutherford. Rutherford now. Sits and waits. Goes. Close to the middle of the ground. Looking for McDonald. Mark over the back. No free kick to Ramia. Plays on quickly. Up towards Skinner at centre half forward. Punched away by the East Belmont defence. They've got the numbers there. Thomson. McDonald's there. Free kick found. It's going to go to McDonald for one around the head. From Warren Hinchcliffe there. Just inside the centre square. Dale McDonald to take the free kick. Looks for a lead now. Goes long towards the goal square. Up that way now, over the back of Stella McFarlane. He ducks one tackle, gets around another. Oh, now he's dropped the ball. That should be a free kick. No, none forthcoming, is it? No, the umpires said a free kick for McFarlane for one around the head. So, Kevin McFarlane, the coach of Thomson, to have a shot for goal.
I wonder who won the best and fairest, Jason.
Yeah, Ken Walker's best mate there. Could have gone for holding the ball a couple of times. McFarlane now comes in. Right foot kick. Going to beat the pack. No, it falls into the goal square. At the base of the pack now, Harris gets one, gets around towards the goals. Newton takes it away from him, kicks it back towards centre half forward. Ramia is there. Can't take the ball with him. Umpire Walker has called for the ball and he'll ball it up. about 35 metres out from goal. Throws it up now. Sitting underneath and waiting. Free kick found, is it? No, play on. Umpire Walker will have the ball and bounce again. Just on the 50-metre line. Thomson attacking. 7-9 plays 5-4. Throws it up now. Over the back. Thomson have got the numbers. Rutherford's there. Shepherds kicks away towards half forward. Leading in the race for the ball, though. East Belmont, good play there. That was from Pope. Goes close to the boundary line. Newton can't keep it in. We nearly did.
That's deliberate, isn't it, really?
Well,
That backwards.
yeah, well, good one, Fano. I don't think so. The boundary umpire will throw it in. Here he goes.
I'd pay it.
Oh, yeah, good umpiring from Fano there. Comes to the back of the pack. Thomson have got the numbers. Falls towards the East Belmont half forward line, though. Comes around now. Towards half forward for Thomson. Outnumbered in the middle of the pack. Good play, Sneller, the captain of East Belmont. He goes long with his left boot. Towards centre half forward. Oh, good mark, Buchanan. There he is again. He's had a great final series, both in the seniors and the reserves. He turns around looking for Newton at full forward. Can't take the mark. They've got the numbers, though. There's Ernie Posman. Gets a handball out. Keegan's on the ground. He gets a left hand to it. Back towards Jimmy Cheetah's in the forward line. Turns around on his right boot. Goes long. Gardner goes towards the boundary. Finds the safety of it, too.
Pretty intelligent handball into a guy sitting on the ground. Gives him a lot of opportunities, doesn't it?
Yeah, old Ernie should have known better than that. But boundary throw in about 10 metres around from the East Belmont goal. They're attacking 17 points in front. Buchanan tries to take it out of the ruck. He can't do so. Thomson have got the numbers. Go wide towards half back. Out there looking for Robert Clark. It's going to beat him over the boundary line, though.
Hey, Jason, just tell me briefly, where have Ron and Cookie gone to?
I think they've gone to prepare themselves for the senior game, in fact.
I reckon Ron will be eating hot dogs, wouldn't he?
I would say the North Geelong ladies are probably beating him nicely at the moment. Boundary throw in. Thomson take it out of the ruck. Good play too. That was Carmody. Gets a right foot to it. Back towards the wing. The numbers are there. Dave Franey sits and waits. Now he falls over. No free kick. Butler's got it. He goes long. Up towards centre half forward. Jimmy Cheetahs puts it on towards centre half forward. Buchanan, there he is again. Right foot kick around the corner. Long towards Keegan and over the back. No mark Risley off the ground. Close towards the point post and through for one behind. So East Belmont increased their lead. Simon Risley there couldn't take the mark over the back of the pack. Neither could Trevor Keegan at the front. So Thomson to kick out. They go long. The 50-metre line beckons up there. Or there's over the back Ramia. Good mark. Peter Ramia takes the mark. The vice captain of the East Belmont side. He'll be kicking from 50. Out of side here at North Geelong he goes. Long. Good kick too. Over the back, Risley, he taps it, falls towards McCarter, and he'll rush it through for one more behind for East Belmont. Bit of pressure there on the Thomson defence. And they'll see it over the line for one more behind. So they're racking up the points here. East Belmont keeping the pressure on Thomson. Not knowing which way to go. McDonald comes grandstand side. Over the back there is Graham. Good mark though. Play on the call. He gets around two. Kicks it back in towards centre half forward. Good play too because he's found Hall. He comes towards the wing. They got the numbers. Doesn't sit though nicely for Carmody. Franey on his left foot. Oh, poor kick though from the experienced Franey there. And a free kick going to Thomson at half back. It's going to go to Peter Hall. He plays on quickly. Nobody on the mark. No, he said he's been told to come back and play over the mark and there's nobody standing on it. It's just outside 50 metres. He goes now. Long towards the wing. Pack develops. Skinner. Quick little handball out towards Rutherford. He just gives it off to McDonald as he gets slung from pushed off the ball. Down towards the wing position. Good mark taken. And it's going to be by Mark Butler. So Butler takes the mark in front of the East Belmont coaching box there. He goes long too. Towards centre half forward. Oh, but it's all Thomson though. He's got to look for somebody better than that. That was David Burke. He comes wide, looking for Coates. It's over the back of the pack. Getting around Clark. Gets tackled, gets his handball away. Close to the boundary line. It's going to beat Coates over. And a boundary throw in.
Why do they persist in going out wide, Jason?
I don't know. Down the centre they should be going. They've got McFarlane in there, the league best and fairest. Should be using him across the centre. Thrown in now. There he is. He takes the ball out of the ruck. Gets around one. Gets a right foot kick to it long towards half forward. Sits and waits though. There's Skinner. Tries to tap it on. He does so now. Dean Carl can't take it with him. Off the ground there was Paul Johns. His handsball's further afield. Good play too because he's got Jason Kerr. He takes 2 bounces. He's at the wing position. He draws one player, gets around him. Right foot kicks short. Looking for Ernie Posman. Good play though by Kerr to follow up. He's just outside 50 and a good pass too because he's found Newton. And McCarter doesn't like that. But the Juice has got it inside 50 metres. So to push East Belmont further in front. Peter Newton, the coach of the East Belmont side, comes in now. Right foot kick, usually a good kick for goal. And this is no difference. There's a goal for Peter Newton. And East Belmont move further in front. And a mistake in the forward line from Thomson has resulted in that East Belmont goal. And Peter Newton has put East Belmont's 8th on the board. In fact, there's... Yep, that should be 8. There you go, Brett Rovier.
Get it right, Brett.
Oh, Brett, unbelievable. Great Western Hotel scoreboard. East Belmont 8-9, 57. And Thomson are only 5-5, 35. 22 points of difference.
It's a big difference in the digits between a 6 and an 8, don't you think, Jason?
Typical Brett Rovier there. Technical director downstairs. Back in the centre now. Jimmy Cheetahs. Shepherds for Sneller to take it with him. He can't do so. Off the ground. Falls towards Posman. Gets tackled as he gets the kick away towards half forward. Dean Carl leads out there towards Risley and also Peter Hall close to the boundary line. Risley, has he kept it in? He has done so. Good play against 2 Thomson players, but then kicks it out of bounds on the full and doesn't gain anything. Free kick to East Belmont at half back. So he forward hard there. In fact, it's going to go to Thomson. Forward hard there, Risley, but then ended up poor kick off the boot. Comes across towards Gardner at centre half back, but umpire's calling the ball back. Has to kick over his mark. There it is. Brett Rovier's finally got it right. 8-11, 59. Thomson 5-5, 35. Great Western Hotel final quarter scoreboard. Free kick now. McDonald goes long towards the wing. Good mark in front. McFarlane. Yep. The old bloke's done it. He's been paid the mark on the wing. Comes in board. Goes towards the centre of the ground. Leading a long way down the ground, McDonald. Gets it on towards Gardner, but there's Kerr. Handballs to nobody in particular. Thomson have got the numbers. Rutherford gets his right foot to it. Back towards Carmody. Has to sit and wait at centre half forward, and he's surrounded by East Belmont players. They've got the numbers. Keegan's down there.
I think Brett's gone to sleep. He's left the score up forever.
I think he has too, Thomson. Get it back towards half forward. Sitting there, waiting though. It's all East Belmont. Bell gets his right boot. Cross wide. Looks for Franey. Finds him. He runs on outside 50. Poor kick off the boot from Franey towards Skinner and Sneller. It's going to beat both of those players over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. In between wing and half forward for the Thomson side. And they need a goal. 24 points of difference. Over the back of the pack, McFarlane's there. Got the numbers. There you go. 13 minutes.
Cookie's throwing his voice there.
Thomson now. Relieve the pressure from centre half back. Back towards Kerr. Can't take it with him. Good play there, Darren Dench. Sits and waits. Kerr. He does well. He's got the numbers now too. Newton comes a long way up from full forward. Back towards Risley. Sits and waits. Hall. Gives it over towards... That was Darryl Allen. Comes out towards half back. Oh, great pick up from the big man there and Mark Butler. Short little kick. Oh, and a diving mark, and he's taken it. Yeah, Simon Risley has taken the mark.
As he shows his little bald spot.
Recruited from Newcombe. Risley goes short looking for Ramia and also Keegan, but he's been told to have a kick again over the mark. So the ball comes back to him. 4 goals of difference. The Lions in front at the moment. Halfway through this final quarter.
Is that lead big enough, Jason?
Oh, I think it might be. I think they might kick away now.
It's that number, mate. It's that 29.
It's that 29 on your Fano. It's not the right colours, though. Risley now. He goes the torpedo punt. Deep to the teeth of goal. McFarlane, the only one with his name written on it. He couldn't take the mark. Posman is outnumbered. Brian Gardner can't take it with him. Posman at the bottom of the pack also. And that pack develops. Umpire will come in and bounce the ball close to the boundary line, about 15 metres out from the East Belmont goal. They've done all the attacking in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Throwing the ball up now. Keegan taps it straight towards the boundary line. It's going to beat Glenn Newton over. And a boundary throw-in. 8-11 plays 5-5. East Belmont in front. Umpire Aaron Tucker to throw the ball back in. Keegan gets it down towards Rutherford. Was going to give the handball to McFarlane. Elected to kick. Oh, and it's a poor kick, though.
He had a look. The Thomson boy had a look.
He had a look. Ramia was coming straight for the ball. He just kept his eyes on it and took the mark and should be able to put this through for a goal.
Will he or won't he? I say without a doubt.
Yeah, he'll put this through. He's an experienced campaigner, the vice-captain for the East Belmont side. And this is to move the East Belmont side further in front. Here he comes now. Peter Ramia comes in. Good-looking kick off the boot. Straight through the middle. Good kick. Peter Ramia has moved East Belmont further in front. They'll go to 9-11-65.
Let's see if Brett can get it onto the right club this time.
Hopefully he can. East Belmont 9-11-65 and Thomson 5-5-35, 30 points. The difference in this grand final for the Division 2 reserves and the Great Western Hotel final quarter scoreboard. Umpire Hallett with the ball back in the middle. Throws it up. Up they go. Good tap away there by Pope.
The old fella.
Yeah, McFarlane straight out.
Blind term. We haven't seen those for a few years. Kev remembers him. He tumbles the punt out wide towards half forward. Needs a bit of support. Deevy's in there for East Belmont. Player tackled high for mine. Must take the free kick. That's Andrew Carmody for Thomson. And he's certainly tried his heart out here this afternoon. He takes the free kick outside the 50-metre zone.
Yeah, 3 goals, the personal tally of Andrew Carmody here this afternoon. Called the play on. He's long kick now. Pack of the bottom of the pack, Sneller, who's been busy, goes short and finds Ramia in the middle of Osborne Park.
He breaks away, Ramia, after taking the mark. He goes to hand pass. He got a teammate at 1, 2, 3 bounces. It's Harry again, is it? The 53 Guernsey. Is that Harry? No.
That's Grant Suckling.
It's Grant Suckling. I thought it was Harry at it again. He's 58, Harry, of course. Just couldn't see the edge of the 3 and the 8, Ronnie. He had 3 bounces. He's that exhausted when he kicked it. It was a shocking kick at the finish.
I hope he's all right. He hasn't moved at the moment. And umpire's just talking to him, but there's no reaction at all. Now there's a bit of movement. Let's hope he's okay.
He looked on the ground then like Brian Coughlin will look about 4 o'clock this morning, I reckon. They call it prostrate on the ground, Ron.
Okay.
Not prostrate, that's the other thing that you got there. But prostrate, yeah.
Okay, well, taking the footy now for the East Belmont side. Trevor Keegan. Long bomb. Up to the teeth of goal they go. High flyers required. No one can get a clean handle on the footy. Sneller came through strongly. The Dingo picks it up. And Ernie Posman pivots on the right foot. Screws it back. Bang, bang, bang. It's home. 10-11-71 East Belmont. And they're running right over the top of the Thomson Tigers. 5-5-35.
Disappointing for Thomson, Ron. They won the second semi in a surprise result. They built themselves up for this big one. They opened up terrifically when they kicked 3-2 in the first quarter to 1-2. Had a 2-goal margin, but the rest of the game, Ronnie, they've only been able to kick, I think, just 2 goals for the afternoon. So disappointing for the Thomson boys.
Yeah, certainly. Very much so, Cookie, but that one day in September is when it counts as Suckling recovers well and knocks the ball forward. McFarlane's there, hotly pressed by the boxer Jimmy Cheetahs. They're working hard now, as we said, the Great Western Hotel scoreboard. East Belmont 10-11-71, Thomson 5-5-35.
The Lions go into attack again, long kickers into the forward zone. There's a mark here to Thomson at half back. And the player there was Hall, I think it might have been.
Peter McCarter.
McCarter, was it? Kicks the ball out wide, but no good. And the mark taken by Peter Ramia for East Belmont. He kicks it towards the 50-metre zone. He was looking for Cheetahs. He just couldn't hold the mark at ground level, doing well. There is Robbie Richardson for Thomson. He clears the footy back towards centre wing.
You're looking for Dean Carl, but there's a sea of Lions there, and Peter Ramia does well. Gives it to Mickey Vergona, who copped one pretty solidly there as he got rid of the footy. And down the ground, infringement will be paid. And Jimmy, the boxer, Cheetahs now with the footy at half forward.
Cheetahs, right foot kick. Mark to Newton.
Well, the juice up. He's kicked 2 goals, 3 here this afternoon, and been quite busy up on the forward line for the East Belmont side. And the reserves captain coach will be pretty happy with back-to-back premierships, Cookie.
One question, Ronnie. Will this man ever retire?
He just keeps getting better as he gets older from 30 metres.
Hey, it's another one home. It's there. Newton kicks his third. And the Firecrackers, I thought it was in Sarajevo there. Remember the Firecrackers? I hope their Firecrackers went up behind us. It's home. Newton kicks his third of the afternoon, and he's been an inspiration in the forward zone. Great Western Hotel scoreboard shows East Belmont 11-11-77. Lead Thomson 5-5-35. The margin now is out to 42 points.
Yes, and coming back onto the ground, who's been quite busy for the Lions as well. Warren Hinchcliffe to his favoured defensive spot. as Mickey Vagona goes back to the back pocket, back to the centre. We see the high flyers there and Mark Graham get it to ground, but McFarlane sharks the footy well for the Tigers, drives it long down the corridor. Or Wilkins, bit of sun in the eyes, I would suggest. Couldn't take the mark. Grant Skinner kicks off the carpet, but again it's Goal East Belmont as Johns mops up well at half back and finds Ramia, who's had a purple patch in this final quarter.
Well, hasn't he had a bit of the foot in the final quarter? Him and Risley have set him up with this big last quarter. He kicks it out wide. The target was infringed.
Posman.
As Posman it was, and my glasses went out of focus. He got it back to Sneller. Mirko now gets one over the top towards, that looks like Ramier again, coming down the ground, pulled off the football, play on the call, the umpire let it go, good decision. Hand pass, comes back to McFarlane of Thomson. He got a little one in, a little toe poke there from Robbie Clark, got it further afield. But the Lions too good, Ronnie.
They certainly are. They're running with plenty of raw here at this afternoon as Steve Risley's hand pass found the boxer, Jimmy Cheetahs. No one can take the footy in the forward line. Newton's there fighting hands and knees. Good pressure there from the Tigers, but Keegan comes in, gives it to, I think that's Glenn Newton, who was pushed as he kicked it.
He'll get another kick that was pushed in the back for mine. He got to get another kick, Ron.
Yes, he will, because he was offline, just conferring. Now, the ball has gone through post high. The ball has got to go back from where the incident occurred.
And paid a free kick down the field. He said pushed after he got rid of the ball. That was the ruling of the umpire, Ronnie.
Yeah,
I thought he was pushed in the back as he kicked.
No, but the ball has gone over the line, and I would suggest the interpretation, the ball has got to go back because it crossed the line. Hadn't it crossed the line, yeah, it could have been sent down the ground. But the ball actually bounced. You can't put them over there where the fence is. That's where the ball bounced.
And thank you, Ron, because Cameron Buchanan said thank you, Aaron, as well. He put his fourth through the afternoon.
Yeah, well, okay. Let's get back to the footy. And, yep, Cameron Buchanan has done awfully well also here this afternoon. They've had a real focal point up there in the forward line. A couple, in fact, with Peter Newton kicking 3, Cameron Buchanan kicking 4, and Ernie Posman chipping in with 2 great goals in this final stanza. And it moves now the Lions to 12-11-83. Cripsy Thomson 5-5-35 on the Great Western Hotel final quarter scoreboard.
It's taken the Lions a little bit to assert their superiority, but they have done since half-time. Up they go. Down to the centre of the ground. Here's McFarlane. He's been tireless for Thomson. He hand passes. He comes out of the centre. It's a hand pass. Worth 30 metres, worth 40 now. As bearing down on the football there might have been the number... couldn't pick it. It doesn't matter. Here comes the hand pass. Out of defence. Here comes one backwards. It's okay. Lands in the arms there of Brian Gardner. Kicks the ball up the forward. Oh, is that a mark? The Grant Skinner.
A beauty.
It's a beauty. Grant Skinner takes a beauty inside 50. Be a fair kick all the same. He's probably got to aim for right goal post. We're going to get a perfect view of this. He comes in behind us and he's aimed for, I think, the Barwon swimming pool, I reckon. He's put it out of bounds on the ball, 8 metres away from the behind post. Shocking kick after a great mark.
Yes, certainly, Cookie, as we see now that the East Belmont side just coasting, going through the paces as Darren Bell takes the footy at half-back.
And he hits the deck running ball. He goes out towards centre half back. The kick is a beauty. Mirko still takes the mark. Plays on. Shakes off 3 opponents. Gets the hand pass over the top. Was okay there too to Sackling. Sackling further to field. Gives it to Cheetahs. Cheetahs right for pass at half forward. Here comes Buchanan. Takes the mark. Plays on all right. But goes for goal. Buchanan! Buchanan, it's home! He kicks another one. What a sensation. How he's playing the seconds, I'll never know. He's kicked 5. He's been their best players for the last 2 weeks in the seniors.
Yeah, certainly, Cookie. Done a great job, but he is a penciler for the Moonee Valley Trots. And I tell you what, Clevy Niblett, he is pretty happy on the boundary line as East Belmont kicked their 13th. They're 13-11-89. Thomson 5-5-35. And the premiership is in the East Belmont's hands.
Ronnie, I don't know how a bloke like Cliffy Niblett, who doesn't drink, can get that excited. You reckon that 14 cans away shouting down there?
Yes, he certainly has. And, well, congratulations to the Lions because they've been far supreme here this afternoon.
Back into the middle. Oh, who's that? Jimmy Judas gives a bit of show of class. Up and under over the top. Wasn't too good, though. Intercepting there, Paul Rutherford. Been a good try for Thomson this afternoon. Got it back towards the centre wing, but taken away there by the 51 Guernsey.
Yeah,
Chrissy Wilkins.
Yeah, good work too, and he gives it to Sneller. Sneller now, good football to Ramia. Kicked over, a bit of a worm burner. Franey held, no free kick was forthcoming. As we see coming out of defence now was Peter Hall, goes out wide. Looks there for a teammate. Richardson picks it up now. Goes to centre wing, left foot kick, a good one too, and McFarlane drops it. Now retirement recover. Hand pass, well smothered there by Wilkins. Loose ball in the middle of the ground. Umpire said there's a high tackle.
Against McFarlane on Ramia, and there wasn't much in it. There wasn't much in it.
Well, Mark Graham, I think you'll find.
Well, how did he get the free? You know what that was for, Ronnie?
The 57 Guernsey.
Yeah, Mark Graham gets it. He kicks the ball down towards Buchanan, almost takes the mark from the back, can't handle it. Hand pass comes in his direction. He lays a very good tackle, still can't go in the football. Thomson working hard in defence, paddle it towards the fence. Might be a free kick Thomson's way here. They made all the play. And Wallace Fairweather doing very well nicely down there in the fence too, right at that stage.
Yeah, certainly. Can we have a time check there, Brett, please?
Free kick to Darryl Allen. And he's at, he's at half-back. He kicks the ball out short of centre wing. Not a really good kick, and, it's a free kick, is it? Free kick to McFarlane out there. And he is a defensive side of wing, and he aims for the centre wing with this kick.
Yeah, looks for his teammate in the middle of the ground and Paul Rutherford. He takes the footy now at centre wing. Looks up the ground, kicks it long. All pushed in the back for mine. Yes, it's against Grant Skinner. You can't do that, son.
No doubt about it, Ron.
And I think you'll find it's the big arms of Grant Suckling. Gets the free kick for the East Belmont Lions at right half back.
He's very big for a Suckling. He punt kicks the ball towards the centre of the ground. No mark is taken. A bit of fished away. Here's Deeby's on the ground. He leaves it. He leaves it for Smeller. Has a bounce, runs inside 50. Mirko goes, go, it's home. Mirko bangs another one. And they're making it a one-rack affair in this final quarter.
Well, that's his first ever goal in GDFL football from Brian Coughlin.
He's played 200 games, hasn't he?
He's led by example, normally in defence. He's been in the middle directing traffic all afternoon, and I tell you what, he'll get my vote to this afternoon.
I tell you what, there'll be no one drunker than him. That Clippy nibbled tonight. That's his first goal. How many games he played? He played his 150 or something the other day, didn't he?
Oh, yes, yeah. Many games he's played. 14-11-95 East Belmont. They're 10 goals in front of Thomson, 5-5-35 on the Great Western Hotel final quarter scoreboard.
8-goal final quarter. This is sensational stuff. It's an avalanche here at Osborne Park as the umpire puts it down in the centre. They crash shouting down in front of us here, Ronnie. The boys are a bit excited out on the bench. Clippy Nibble a bit excited. It's a ball up decision. There's no doubt about it. I don't know what they want a free kick there for, but we'll have a ball up decision. And what a last quarter. 8 goals.
Yep, well into time on now, I'd suggest, as we see now that Chris Deeby does the ruck work. McFarlane taps it forward now, but it's Shark Sneller, left foot kick round the body, up there looking for the boxer, Jimmy Cheetahs. He can't pick it up. Kevin McFarlane having a bit of trouble as well. He's absolutely exhausted. Siren, and it's all over for 95. Premiers Division 2 GDFL footy reserve grade. East Belmont Lions convincing 60-point victors here this afternoon over the Thomson Tigers. Hope you've enjoyed the kick-by-kick description on Guest Video FM 94.9.
Any time for votes, Ron?
Yes, we need votes and goal kickers and final scores, please.
Goal kickers for Thomson. Kevin McFarlane kicked 2 and Andrew Carmody kicked 3. Now they're only forwards all day. Whilst for East Belmont goal kickers, 1 goal to Peter Remia, 1 to Jimmy Cheetahs, 1 to Steve Risley, 2 goals to Ernie Posman, 3 goals to Peter Newton, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals to Cameron Buchanan there at half forward. He was electric this afternoon, and as we come back, Ronnie's here with me. Ronnie, got to give votes. I've given 3 votes to Cameron Buchanan this afternoon at half forward. I thought he was sensational. He set them up early, didn't kick the goals early, but once he got on song, he just kept banging them through. 5 goals to him. He was a thorn on the side of Thomson all day. I gave 2 points to Mirko Stella, who I thought was terrific. He led his side by example, played in the centre and kept banging the ball forward at all time. And 1 point I'm going to give to Jason Kerr in the long sleeves on the wing. I thought he played a great game this afternoon.
Yeah, I tell you what, you're not a bad judge of footballers, Cookie, because I've gone Sneller, Kerr, Buchanan. Those 3 players outstanding here this afternoon for the East Belmont side. Jason Doherty, who's had his other obligations, welcome back to the microphone.
Thanks, Ron.
Jason, your votes.
The girlfriend's all right too.
Yeah, she's okay, thanks.
Your votes, Jason.
I've given 3 to Cameron Buchanan, 2 fantastic game from him. Obviously a senior player, and he's rebelled in the reserves this afternoon. I've given 2 votes to Jason Kerr. He's fantastic play on the wing all day, and 1 to Mirko Sneller. I mean, you give him a vote just for the goal, wouldn't you? I mean, fantastic play from the captain. Good play from all 3 players this afternoon.
Well, we've got an interesting situation. Cameron Buchanan has got 7 votes.
Mirko Sneller 6.
Mirko Sneller 6.
And Curry's got 5. So we had them all in together there. So there we go. Cameron Buchanan, best on ground in the Division 2 grand final reserves for 1995.
Yeah, congratulations, Cameron, for a very fine season of GDFL football. And, well, we will wait for the presentations very shortly. But if you're listening to 94.9, which is Guest Video FM, very shortly you'll be able to tune in to 89.1 Country FM for a kick-by-kick description on this very big clash here this afternoon between the Blue West Cheetahs and, of course, the Thomson Tigers in the main game. So
we've got more radio stations than Murdoch.
That's it. Yep. Rupert, eat your heart out, son. But you get 94.9 will be closing very shortly. And don't forget, Country FM is country football, 89.1 for the senior game. Congratulations to the men in white here this afternoon. Benny Hallett and Ked Walker, they did a very good job on the reserve grade game. And the boundary umpires, Brett Van der Veld and Aaron Tugger.
Aaron didn't break down either, he went all right.
Did very nicely. Eric Billing and Cole Drew in the goals. The men in white are always right, and they've done a very good job here this afternoon. Okay, so that's votes, goal kickers. This is our final scoreline here, gentlemen, and it was 14-11, 95, defeating the Thomson Tigers 5-5-35.
Fellmongers Road Breakwater, sponsors of Country FM. Join in the fun and the chance to win a Ford Festiva. There are weekly draws and all finalists will be invited to Channel 10 studios for the major draw, and every player receives a free scratch and win ticket. So try your luck at the GDFL Bingo Centre, Fellmongers Road Breakwater, and you can be a winner.
Easy Shops in and around Geelong, located at Barwon Heads, East Geelong, Newcombe and at North Geelong. Open from 6 a.m. till midnight, 7 days a week. Proudly sponsoring Country FM and the Geelong District Football League Grand Final Series 1995.
Buckley's, Geelong's total entertainment centre, have just about everything for a flutter. You could win with 105 pokies, TAB facilities, Club Kino, and if you're hungry, tempting tucker in the Cave Bistro with steak and seafood on Tuesday nights, pasta on Wednesday nights, prices ranging from $5 to $8. Buckley's are Country FM sponsors, providing the best in live entertainment, and are located at the corner of Fellmongers and Boundary Roads, Breakwater. Phone Buckley's 4866. You're listening to the GDFL Match of the Day on Country FM with David Cook, Jason Doherty and Ron Brain.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Geelong District Football League Division 2 Grand Final, second division at North Geelong. Osborne Park is the venue this afternoon, and the senior match is Geelong West Cricket Football Club versus Thomson. We're just seeing the presentation of the reserve trophy to Peter Newton, the captain.
In the last quarter, I suppose, we're a little bit too good, but it was a real good, hard, honest game. Back-to-back premierships, you don't do that. To my boys, yeah, all I can say is, you just stick it right up. No, you boys all year have struggled with some of the things that happened at the club. You've got behind me and Cliff, you've done it without Cliff, we coached the side.
So,
Oh, he holds the cup aloft there, Juice Newton. Pretty happy fella, Ronnie.
As these fellas do a lap of honour, I'd just like to everybody put their hands together for a great effort. Well done, fellas. Well done.
Boys are off on a lap of honour there. We can see in the screen 53 there, Grant Sattling. Did his job. Trevor Keegan did the ruck work. Risley there, number 29. Steve Risley did very well in that last quarter when they kicked 8 goals in that final term. And running through there, of course, Murray Hetherington did his job. Rami there, number 4, played well. The Dingo, Ernie Posman, our old mate, number 7, he's just having a drink. I mean, it's a can, probably. But they're holding the trophy up as they do a lap of Osborne Park. Cameron Buchanan there on screen, number 20. He played a great game. Dave Franey leading the pack. He won't do that for a long, Dave. He'll drop back a bit in a minute, I would think. And Mark Graham there also, the big ruckman, did his job this afternoon. We're still on top of this. Boys just doing their lap of honour there. GDVL premiers. As they go past that sign, they won the back-to-back flags in the reserves.
Niblet. Have a look at him down there, mate.
The Clippy Niblet, we might get him on screen shortly if we can. We probably can't just now, but probably drink a bit more lemonade this evening. Clippy doesn't drink much, of course. We've had many with him, lemonades. And there's Juice Newton. He's leading the troops around.
Yeah, give Fano a ring. Or probably the club, whatever's easy.
There they are, the East Belmont Lions. They've won the Reserve Grade Premiership in Division 2 once again. Jason Kerr also played a great game.
Lovely, I'll make mention of it on air.
Jimmy Cheetahs was inspired. Jimmy Cheetahs after quarter time had a bad first quarter, a couple of goals kicked at him, went onto the ball and played very, very well, whether on the ball or resting in the half-forward zone. There's the 49 jersey of the Pontiff on screen there, the Pope. Well, the interchange players, by golly, they used the interchange bench a bit this mob, East Belmont. And run out of, about 4 biros to write all the changes, Ronnie.
Yeah, they certainly did, and congratulations to Brian Coughlin as well, who's managed the side very superbly all season, and congratulations, Brian, on behalf of the guest video team, and Peter Newton, the coach, and of course, Cliffy Niblet, who's worked tirelessly as well throughout the season, and a job well done here this afternoon for the East Belmont Football Club.
Well, good to see a former president in Cliff not just dropping out of the club altogether, still prepared, he's not president anymore, but prepared to put in and do his bit for the club.
Oh yes, he's a real workhorse, and again, congratulations on behalf of the guest video team to all the East Belmont.